Is your child addicted to technology, to the devices, to the internet? This is what I'm going to be talking about today. So, welcome to another episode as I talk about technology, the internet, and young people. And this is so important that we get to know if our children are addicted, because if not, then the effects on their lives and on their growth are devastating. But the earlier that we can see these things and gauge these things, then we are in a place to deal with it. So let's talk about this. And in this episode, I want to really talk about kids, not young people yet, because the effects of a child being on the internet and compared to a child or a teen being on the internet and the effects that it has on them are totally different. So I want to be really zoning in on children in this episode, and then as in the few weeks I will talk about teenagers. But let's get into this now. I've written down a few indicators, and the first thing is your child losing interest in other activities? Now, if your child prefers to be on the tablet and be on YouTube watching videos or playing games instead of being out there playing sport or studying or going out to the library or going out to watch a movie or just doing outdoor things, right, being in the world, living their life, then that's an indicator that they might be addicted. And we need to be careful of this, and we need to teach our kids the value of being outside, the value of playing. Are we creative enough to make games for them, or play games with them as well, or teach them to have fun outside, to teach them the fun of hiking or traveling or whatever it is, and not on the device? They need to be that understanding that life is just not about the device. Life is not about the internet. Life is not about technology. There is so much more to life, and we need to teach them this. The other thing that we need to be aware of, and as an indicator, is that if your child is turning to their screens, right, or to their tablets or whatever it is, to find joy or happiness, or when they're in a bad mood, they turn to the device for comfort, then that's also a very dangerous thing, because that shows that they have a dependency on technology or on the device. And we need to, again, teach them on how to deal with all these things in a healthy way. When they're angry, when they are sad, when they're depressed, going on the internet and going to the devices is not a good way to deal with that. They need to talk through things or have some quiet time or something, but not instantly gravitate towards technology. And we need to be aware of that, and that is an indicator that there is a dependency, or an unhealthy dependency on technology, or they could be addicted to it. Then the next thing that I wrote about, oh yes, this is a good one. Are they sneaking about, or are they sneaky about the usage? And this is also so important. Are they hiding how much time they use? Are they, when they've been told to go to bed, but are they online and you are finding them on their phones or on their laptops when they're supposed to be sleeping or when they're supposed to be studying? And funny story, I was teaching some children this weekend at Sunday school, and these were seniors, like your grade 7s and whatever. So anyway, here we are, and we're teaching, and the lesson is going well, and I find this boy, and he is on his device and he's playing games. Man, I almost lost it. I almost lost it. But that's an example of, are they sneaking around with the usage? Are they being protective, and are they hiding how much time they are on the internet, or are they hiding their devices from you? That's an indicator that yes, they could be addicted to the internet. And as you've seen, I said that could be an indicator. Because addiction is a strong word, and that's like they are way gone and there's no hope. But there is always hope. These things can change. We can help them to get over these things. Okay. And the other thing that we need to watch out for is that, are they unable to entertain themselves without technology? And this is what I was referring to earlier. We need to teach them that there are many ways that they can have fun, right? reading a book, riding a bike, going out there, hiking, going out with friends, and so on and so on. There are so many other ways, analog ways of having fun. And if your child sees the only way to having fun is having a tablet and being on the internet and social media, then that is a problem. That is an indicator that they could be addicted. And we again need to train them out of that and show them a better way. Then the last way, there are many ways, but the last way is something that is also very, very important, and is that is your child always having a meltdown, or you always fighting when you have to when they have to give up their device or switch off their device or go to bed, right? Is it always a fight when you tell them, okay, it's time to switch off your phone, or you have to take it away, or are they having tantrums or having meltdowns, basically? And that is another indicator that your child might be addicted to the internet and their phones and whatever it is. And again, these are things that we need to be able to see. And if you see one or two or three of these things in your children, then you need to do something about it now. But you are not alone. So what I'm going to do is, in my next episode, I'm going to talk about ways that we can help them break these addictions, because it is so important. We cannot leave them alone. For example, like that last one, if your kid right now, maybe they're 7 or they're 6 and they are throwing tantrums and they're having meltdowns right now, can you imagine when they are in their teens, if this problem is not dealt with? They are really going to be addicted. So something needs to be done. And please, as I go, let me just highlight one way. And going cold turkey is not the answer. Like, just banning devices is not the answer. I mean, for more extreme cases, yes. I mean, for a time as well, maybe that is, but it's a very, very short term answer. There needs to be something more that needs to be done. But anyway, we'll talk about that in my next episode. So I will see you then. Thank you for spending this little time with me as we talk about technology and your children. And with that, I've come to the end of this episode. So goodbye.